Yes, hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Wow, I was so excited to do this match reaction because we just absolutely dominated a game of football and ended up winning. I ended up scoring goals and I just feel really good, and I hope everyone else does too, because that's something that I think we all needed. Not just the team, but all of us as fans as well. We've been through so much recently. I really think we needed this, and we needed a good performance, full of goals, full of confidence, intent. You could list off so many different words to try and sum it up. But I just the overall riding feeling I have is just, yes, finally we've got something. The first win of 2021. Amber Whitley's first win as interim manager. 3 goals. Yeah, it's just great. I've just noted down a couple of notes throughout the game that I sort of want to talk about. First of all, I think most of you will agree with me when I say it was an interesting starting 11. Fernie on the bench, Lawley on the bench, Rince not in the squad. Yeah, it was odd. And then as the game progresses, we saw Becky Jane was on the wing. We saw Razza was at right back. Sound with Razza at right back, by the way. Absolutely sick. Yeah, but I mean, it worked. I think I'm a big fan of seeing Becky Jane on the wing, just purely because of her pace. And if we're missing Rince for whatever reasons, I don't really want to go into it. It was a great alternative. Don't get me wrong, our team is much better with Rince in it, but with the current situation, I don't think anyone really knows entirely what's going on. But it worked. It was a risk that the team took, and it's a risk that ultimately paid off, because when we were tired in the latter stages of the game, we had Furness to bring on, we had Lawley to bring on, we had Rogers to come on and inject that pace again to see the game out, which ultimately has been a downfall for us. Look back to Charlton away, we were 2-1 up, gave away the penalty in the 90th minute, which yeah, it wasn't ideal, but today we were sort of able to see that out, and that's one of the most important things from my point of view, is that game management and having a sense of control over the game still in the latter stages. But yeah, just super aggressive, full of intensity, full of intent throughout, which is something recently we've not seen. We've looked previously really lackluster and disappointing, but that's a completely different story today. We were absolutely 100% full guns blazing for the majority of the game. There was obviously that spell for them around the 50 to 60th minute mark, there or thereabouts, where they were starting to get a few shots off, trouble the goalkeeper. And we made a couple of silly errors which sort of let them get back into the game. But ultimately, overall, it was just a controlled performance from us. And I think to be able to get 3 goals and sort of instill some confidence within the squad and confidence in their ability to play the game of football, I think that's the most important thing. And it was just great to see. And I think it's definitely an absolute shout out to Kirsty Annette in that first half. The way that she's able to link play and sort of play on the turn is just incredible. And obviously we've not seen much of her this season at all, to be honest. She obviously suffered an injury before Christmas that kept her out for quite a while. And she's only just sort of been coming in dribs and drabs back into the squad. But seeing her get a start, seeing her sort of in her element in that role, and she was kind of coming back and playing sort of like the false 9 and then going back up again. It was really great to see, and she was really linking midfield, especially when we didn't have Fernie on the pitch. She sort of does that job. She sort of took that role upon herself, and her and Kerry Holland were working really well together. Another thing, Kerry Holland's first home debut, absolutely phenomenal, gets a goal, 2-2 for her, which is brilliant, turning out to be such a good signing. And I can't wait to see sort of how her Liverpool journey progresses, because from what we've seen of it, it's been really good. I didn't know much about her before she signed, I'll be honest, but from what I've seen so far, it's really promising. So fingers crossed that continues. But 2-2 is a brilliant return. And not just that, the work ethic off the ball, like first half down that right hand side, constantly getting in behind, making those darting runs for others to cross into the box to get on the end of. And yeah, it was just great. And the same can be said for Ashley Hodgson. I think I said this to Lauren and Emma as the game was going on. I think this period, although it's been really difficult for the team as a whole, I think Hodgson's really done well. That Charlton game especially, coming on as a sub and then assisting both goals, assisting the first goal that gets us ahead ultimately with Becky Jane on the end of it, which also, most unlikely goal scorer, but apparently it's not an unlikely thing, because on commentary Foster said she does it all the time. So big fan of that. Happy to see that again, definitely. I mean, yeah, happy with that. But yeah, Hodgson is great. I think this is the best we've seen her play in quite a while, since that horrific injury that she sustained a couple of seasons ago now. But yeah, it was just really good, really good. Obviously going into half-time 1-0 up, I feel like we probably could have been more up. A couple more goals chances, Kirsty Net gets a chance. And yeah, it just worked out really well. They got back into the game, but we were able to either Lawsy pulls off some great saves in order to keep us in the game when London Bees were getting a bit back on top. We did let them get back into the game the second half, but then our triple substitutions sort of put them more back at bay, and they were starting to look a bit more tired while we were sort of progressing further. Mel was making some unbelievable darting runs, literally just running around the whole of their midfield. Just like, see you later, I'm gonna get past you, and she did. So absolutely fabulous. I think that Mel had a point to prove. Getting subbed, getting that red card, sitting out the last game for suspension, coming back, having a point to prove, and I thought she was great when she did come on. But ultimately the risk paid off. The interesting formation and the interesting starting 11 that we saw, it worked, and absolutely full credit to the staff for sort of coming up with that and playing Becky Jane on the wing, for example. I didn't see that coming at all, but I mean, I'm glad it did, and ultimately she gets the goal to open up the scoring. And then Holland gets a goal, then Rogers as well. Rogers has been great all season, controlling the midfield, breaking down the play. There's so many things to be like happy about and to talk about that game. To rattle off a few, Kerry Holland's full debut, gets a goal. Jade Bailey comes back from injury, first start. I think she played 70, 80 minutes. Well over the amount you probably initially thought. Absolutely great. Ashley Hodgson showed great pace, crossing throughout, another thing. Kirsty and Net coming back on. 3 different goal scorers, aggressive, intent. Oh, there's just so many things that we can talk about. But obviously I can't talk it all about in here. That's why we have the podcast. So make sure you check out that this week when we jump on. But yeah, what a massive confidence boost. I don't know about you all, but I just feel better. I think we've all been feeling just rubbish these last few weeks. Whether that's because of the result, whether that this game got cancelled, I don't know what it is, but I just feel better. I feel just replenished a little bit, and I'm sure the squad do the same. Obviously Palace next weekend or the weekend after. We're playing Palace next. We'll find out when it is, and obviously tell you. You'll probably know anyways. But yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. The obvious sort of motivation now is to finish as high up the table as possible, and that's how you go and do that. Yeah, absolutely brilliant overall performance. Really happy about that. I'm sure you lot all are too. Make sure you let me know how you feel about it. Always interested to see all of your thoughts and comments. It's all very well me sitting here blabbering on. It's also, I really want to know your opinion as well. So definitely let me know. Make sure you like this video, comment and subscribe. I feel good. I feel replenished. Ready to go again, ready to smash the rest of the season, and I hope you all feel the same too. But yeah, make sure you keep an eye out on the channel for any more videos coming out soon. We post weekly, so there'll always be something, which is great, hopefully. But yeah, please like this video, comment down below your player of the match, go vote on the poll that I'm literally about to put out now, who your player of the match was. And yeah, long may this good performance continue. I can't wait to sort of get in the next game and carry on. Hopefully this systematic way of playing, yeah, brilliant. So yeah, I'm gonna go now because I'm blabbering. But yes, thanks all for watching, and we'll be back soon with another video. See ya.